That is a really cool intro, and this is also really good menu music. I don't know why, it's just... It doesn't fit the tone with like the rest of the game's music, but I mean, this menu music is probably my favourite music in the entire Dynasty Warriors and Warriors Orochi series. Anyway, hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I'm here checking out Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. Funny story behind this one, this actually came out in Japan on Vita first, like several months before Dynasty Warriors 8. And yet, Dynasty Warriors 8 has just finished its DLC run in North America, and we're only just getting this one. So what is Warriors Orochi? Well, I'll just go through the options while we talk about that. Warriors Orochi is... how would you put this? It's a crossover between Warriors Orochi... not Warriors Orochi, Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors, but there's also a few other crossovers as well, like Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden, and there's even some Italia in there, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show that off because I don't have the character yet. But anyway, let's go through the options real quick. Got some pretty standard stuff there. Controls. Change, switch character, triple attack to tap the screen and never look back, because flicking the rear touchpad is unreliable as hell. And when I played the Japanese version of this game, that option wasn't in there. So, you kind of want to turn that on. Sound, pretty obvious stuff, and you've got a sound test. Pretty cool. You can reset the stats of all your officers, you would never want to do that. You can turn on other world invasions. Got no idea what those are. I actually haven't been able to find them yet. You can save, load, and you can share data between, I believe, the PS3, PS4, and Vita versions. Unfortunately, I don't have the PS3 or the PS4 version of this game, and unfortunately, I also didn't have a PS3 copy of Warriors Orochi 3 to test the forward migration of the saves on, so I kind of had to start from scratch. But as far as I've been told, there's been no like migration patch put out for Warriors Orochi 3 on PS3 yet, so I'm not going to have that much trouble. So we've got several modes here. Going to go to the gallery first, just get that out of the way. The gallery is kind of weird. It lets you have a look at the officers, which is all the playable characters of the game. So you can see all their characters and all that. Now, for those of you who've played Dynasty Warriors 8, you may think, okay, these character designs aren't exactly what I'm used to. You'd be right. These are the Dynasty Warriors 7 outfits, I believe. It's kind of odd. They didn't update all the characters, but then again, this came out several months before Dynasty Warriors 8. Was it several months before Dynasty Warriors 8, or was it several months after, but then before Extreme Legends? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, they haven't updated the graphics of the officers to their Dynasty Warriors 8 counterparts yet. So people who have played just Dynasty Warriors 8 on Vita and are like, okay, what's going on here, might be a little bit confused. But people who've played, Dynasty Warriors Next, that was actually based off, God, what am I trying to say? That was based off Dynasty Warriors 7, so you'd probably recognize the character designs right out. You can also check the events out, which are basically just real-time cutscenes. We'll just have a look at one of them. And there's also the FMVs that you saw, like the one at the very beginning of this video. Long loading time. This game has a fair amount of loading time, so some of these come up like halfway between levels. This is kind of annoying. He's wielding a giant paintbrush. That's kind of awesome. But yeah, as you may have noticed, there are actually Japanese voices in this game, and there's no English voices like whatsoever, and it's depressing kind of, because I actually like the English Dynasty Warriors voices. A lot of people think I'm an idiot for that, but I really do. I really like the English voices, and it's a shame they couldn't have English voices. So yeah, there are indeed crossover characters, Ryu Hayabusa and Ayane. Even Joan of Arc. This is from, some of these are from, Trinity, Zills the Vol or something. I know it's a game, Omega Force or Tokyo Kai someone has done. But yeah, I don't know what exactly their crossover's from. There's also the Orochi World section, which for some reason, it tells you the story of what happens, but at the same time, it doesn't. Like, if we skip to the end of Chapter 8, it ends it on a cliffhanger, even though the game, it was like 2 games ago. So seriously, like, the Way story, it ends with them going to attack Orochi in Warriors Orochi 1, and it just ends off there. Like, it doesn't tell you what happened after. Spoiler alert, they win. But this is a bit odd. They don't tell you the entire story. They just, you know, give it a little bit of a cliffhanger and then just end it there. I mean, you can go and get Warriors Orochi 1 and 2 on PSP if you actually care about the story. But it's just a bit odd that they would choose to do it in that way instead of actually outright summarizing the entire story instead of just a sort of cliffhanger. But anyway, that's a nitpick. Let's move on to the actual story mode. So, as I said before, this is a crossover between Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors. So you have the Japanese and the Chinese warriors working together in order to bring down the big guy known as the Hydra. However, this is indeed a series, so stuff has happened after Warriors Orochi 1 and 2. Like, most of the people are dead. And the idea is that you actually have to travel backwards through time, affect battles that happened in the past, and then bring the survivors back and add them to your group. So if we go to change my team, I've actually got a fair few characters unlocked, as you can see. Not all of them, because this game has something like 90 characters, and there's no goddamn way I'm getting all 90 unlocked for a video. But as you can see, there's a ton of different characters you can use, and they've all got their own experience bars, and they've all got their own weapons to use, and it's just kind of insane how many people there are in this game. But let's just go have a quick look around here first. Go talk to the Blacksmith. Got a team of 3 people equipped, and for those 3 people, we can purchase weapons and fuse them together. So just to use an example, we'll take this Warrior's Pride here and merge it with this Dual Mace. Now, this Warrior's Pride is attack of 13, and we can add the different elements to it. We can also add a new socket to it. So yeah, it's basically, every weapon has sockets. Those sockets can be filled with abilities, and to do all that costs gems. And I've got a ton of gems right now. We can also fuse things like orbs to a weapon, but we'll get onto that in a moment. We can also craft things like weapons and orbs. Can't really do that without the weapons from Gauntlet mode though, so I'll leave that until later. And we can also use a lottery ticket, and a lottery ticket gives random weapons to every character. So, as you can see, everybody just got a bunch of random weapons. So, it's actually kind of useful for outfitting characters that don't have any weapons yet, but you still might just get weapons, like 3 weapons for one guy that's already got the maximum amount of weapons he can hold, and you're just trying to save up to get a really good weapon built, but whatever. You've also got the tea house. Now, every character in the game has a relationship meter with every other character, which is kind of insane. I'm just trying to figure out where that is without actually having to... Bonds. That's right. Alright, so... As you can see, they have special relationships, but you've also got relationships with absolutely everybody else. So the idea is that the more battles you do and the more missions you do for a specific character, you get more of a bond with that character. But if you go to the tea house, you can also raise your bond with absolutely everybody with one character, but it costs a ton of money, and there's usually only 1 or 2 characters, or in some cases 4 or 5, that you want to raise your bonds with, because it unlocks special missions or something along those lines. So you'd usually just want to like go into Gauntlet mode or go into a normal story mission mode with just those characters equipped and do that a few times over, because that's a quicker, easier, and cheaper way to... Well, it's not easier, but it's not quicker either, but it's a better way overall just to increase your guys' bonds. There's probably more stuff that goes here over the course of the storyline, but I haven't gone very far in it yet, so we're not going to be able to talk about that. You can also come and talk to random people. The Japanese voice acting is good, it's just... I'm kind of in the middle of the culture shock thing where I can barely tell their voices apart half the time, so I can't tell who's saying anything without actually looking at their mouths or seeing their picture or something like that. Some of their voices just sound the same. Like, I don't mean to be racist, but this is just how I hear things. I hear things like big, strong Japanese man, normal Japanese man, and girly Japanese woman and strong Japanese woman. I can only hear like those 4 specific subtypes as one voice. It's just, I'm not racist, I just can't tell the difference because I haven't had that much exposure to Japanese voices yet. And this is a sort of game where those sorts of traits are loved. But anyway, we're here on the stage select screen. I'm sorry, we'll get the gameplay soon, I promise. So, we have... I didn't mean to press circle there, I'm sorry. So we have a bunch of different stages spread out across chapters. Now the idea is that we travel back through time to save people, right? So we go through these stages and we save people in almost every stage. Like for example, this stage here, Battle of Hasida, is where you save Ian. And the story unfolds in a relatively linear fashion, but then the clever thing about this story in comparison to just a story in Dynasty Warriors 8 is that after a story event ends, you might be able to unlock a level like this. Like as you can see here, when the bonds between Xiaoqiao, Jinxiao, and Sun Jiangzhang have been raised and you complete the Battle of Kyushu, you will actually unlock this stage here, which is the Battle of Mount Xingxi. And if you complete that, it'll let you play a Redux... Did not mean to press circle again. Good lord, my fingers are fat. When you complete that stage down there, it'll actually unlock a Redux version of that stage, which will let you go back and do something else. Like you might be able to rescue another character or something along those lines. It'll actually play out the stage differently too. So it starts off the same, but then things start to get different as time goes on. So I can show off one of the Redux stages, or I can also show off a stage like this one, like Diversion of Mount Xingxi, or yeah, something like that. One of the most annoying things, though, is that if you want to play at any of these stages with a half-decent cast without playing on easy, you actually have to look at your team here, then you actually have to go back and spend growth points in order to get them up to a decent level, and I might as well explain that now because it's seriously going to be hard to do later on. So if we change the team to the team recommended for that mission, just for the fun of it, Shu is... Liu Shan, then I want Nene. Nene's Wu, I think? No? Where is Nene? So as I said, you have to actually just go back and look through all these characters to find the characters that you're meant to use for this. And then, you can't, swap your team in the middle of the stage select screen, Zinkai. You can't select what teammates you want in that screen, and then... level them up and equip their weapons and all that. So, if you want to play with a half-decent team, you actually have to go through, select all these characters, and then you have to go back and upgrade them, and it's a pain in the ass. Which is why I'm showing you, because, it's worth showing. You can also go to preparations to give them a specific set of weapons, and there's also items you can find. So, I'm just going to equip my 2 favorite items there. You can find these items halfway through battles. It's a pretty simple explanation. Do I have any better weapons for her? No, I'm going to want to go back and buy some. Same with him. Let's see, we'll increase his attack and his decrease his damage taken from officers. Now, as I said before, growth points. Growth points are a currency you earn at the end of every stage that you do, even if you succeed or fail half the time. Except for story mode. If you fail in story mode, it just kicks you back to the main menu and you get nothing. But growth points are used to upgrade your characters. And the more growth points you have, the more you can upgrade people. So I've upgraded them and they've gotten a few extra points. Let's just go back and get their... Let's just go back and get some weapons. And I'll talk about some of the other systems this game has. Seriously, we're going to get to gameplay in like 20 minutes in. This is going to be ridiculous. But as I said before, this game has a lot of different... This game actually has a lot of different subsystems. Which is a bit of a weird thing to say, but it's just like... You get a ton of things to do with every character. So, for example... We can buy a lot of different weapons, and we can upgrade them, and we can fuse them together, and we can do stuff like that. We can also buy all sorts of silly things. We can buy just things. What the hell am I saying? Work harder, Blue Maxima. Jesus, make your brain work. Whenever a character reaches level 99, they can actually do what is basically a... What's the word I'm looking for? They can do what's basically a... prestige from something like Call of Duty, where... Oh, didn't mean to do that orb. I'm gonna need that orb. There. We'll leave it at that. For him. So when you level up to 99, you can actually upgrade them into a newer officer, which is just kind of nutso. Every one of these things does their own different things, by the way. So as you can see here, proficiency rises, occasionally freezes the enemy, occasionally doubles movement speed. I don't think we need anything from that, but we have to upgrade this anyway, so we might as well just do this. Reviewing this. Yeah. Yes, yes, and then yes, yes. There. So now we should have that equipped, so we should be good to go. So it's just kind of strange. It's just amazing how much stat grinding you can do in this game, because when every character can be upgraded to level 99 and then over leveled to back to 1 and then back to 99 again like 10 times and with different benefits every time, it's just kind of insane. But anyway, we're going to proceed to the stage selection screen now after 20 minutes, and that little bit of commentary I just did was absolutely terrible, I'm sorry, but we're going to go with the recommended team. We're going to play on easy. So the idea is that, again, we're going back in time, and the narration isn't too bad, but the thing is you can't understand it, so there's really no point to it. At least, that's me. I don't understand Japanese, so I don't understand it. I imagine a lot of American gamers wouldn't understand it. So there's really no point to it. But yeah, again, you're traveling back in time to try and save people, and then you get these little stages here, which let you travel back in time further to try and affect the complications that occurred in the stages that let you save them in the first place. So we're going back to Zhang He's past. I think a plane's going over, and that's going to come through on the recording. That's not going to be pleasant. Sorry about that. I hate planes. I really do. So we're going to have a look at Devotion of Mount Xingqi now. We can go and prepare our stuff here like we would have done before. We can also accept missions. So as you can see here, this is one simple mission that'll increase all our officers' relationship with Zhang He. That's defeat 600 enemies while maintaining over 30% of your life core, which I think we can handle that. So we got army info. We gotta defeat we gotta defeat Zhuang Hui and make sure Jiang Wei reaches the escape point with all these bloody bastards here. We can also check our options, return to the camp, and we can also use a battlefield bonus, so you can obtain more scrolls of enlightenment and powerful weapons. But seriously, that's 100,000 gems. That's like all the money I've got right now, so it's definitely not worth the time. I'm gonna sneeze. Thank you. So, alright, so here we go. So this is Warriors just as you know and love it. Or in the case of some people, hate it with a blind fury. You have two different types of attacks, normal attacks and charge attacks. Those are equipped to the square and triangle buttons all the time. Every single weapon set is usually a unique weapon set. We also have Musou attacks that are used by the circle button. This is just an example. We've also got charge attacks that we use with the... Well, this isn't a charge attack, but we use a special attack with the R button. This one is obviously giving us... I think it's a speed up bonus? Or it's possibly a defense bonus for a small amount of time, but that takes up a small amount of the Musou bar as well. Enemies drop different pickups, and you pick up those pickups and you get to use them with your entire party. Now, I say your entire party. This is the only Warriors game that lets you swap between 3 characters on the battlefield at the same time, and it's actually kind of awesome. Because it leads to some really insane chains. Because if you can swap characters in between of an attack combo and create an even bigger combo. So yeah, that was a kind of terrible example, but as you can see, you can do that. And then combining that with all the normal attacks and charge attacks you can do, and then immediately swapping to another character and doing more attacks, and then swapping to another character, and then swapping to another character. This is definitely the deepest that a Dynasty Warriors game gets when it comes to the combat. Because when you can swap between 4 characters at any one time, and they all have their own unique weapons, 3 characters at any one time, they all have their own unique weapon sets. I should probably get moving now I think about it. Hold up to call my horse. Hello, horse. So this really is as deep as Warriors Combat gets. I mean, like, Dynasty Warriors A was kind of okay with it, but it kind of forced the... It kind of forced the complexity of the weapon system because of the way the actual system worked. Like, you had to use X and Y weapons in order to damage Y and Z enemies, blah blah blah. The rock, paper, scissors just didn't exactly work very well with it. Great, I've got to go back and actually take these guys out here. Really should have played this stage before I actually jumped into a game with it, but oh well, I'm having fun anyway. Hey, Copperhead. But with this game, you've got 4 different character types, or archetypes you can use. That's Power, Speed, Technique, and Wonder, and they all have their own benefits and disadvantages. And every character also has their own... Oh god, not again. Every character also has their own set of attacks and Musou attacks, and there are different ways that can all be exploited, and you have all sorts of different... Just all sorts of different combinations you can use. And it really does make for a really deep and enjoyable Dynasty Warriors system. Alright, they're obviously going to make us take a long way around, so back on the horse we get, huh? So, also, when your characters are actually in reserve, I should call it, they actually get their health and their Musou back. So the best idea in this game is to be constantly swapping out your guys. To be... I'm just gonna cheese Bushmaster here. Never mind. So the idea is that you want to be swapping characters constantly, using their Musou and then putting them back, and then putting them back and letting their Musou charge up. So the idea is that we have to go and collect these garrisons. Now, I just want to point this out while my mind's on it. There's no aggression bar in the top right. The aggression bar was something that was added purely for American people, so it's kind of weird to see it gone in Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate, but whatever. Tiny thing, tiny thing. So, as you may have guessed, this is Dynasty Warriors through and through, so Dynasty Warriors, guess what Dynasty Warriors gets and Samurai Warriors gets and Warriors Orochi gets? From time to time, it gets repetitive quite fast. I mean, this is arguably one of the least repetitive Warriors games that there is. Mainly because of the fact that there's so much variety in the weapons system and the way you can swap characters out constantly and just chain them all together into one giant attack. There is one problem I do have with this game though. The AI itself. Now, the AI on the enemy team can actually get quite intelligent, and I'll be showing off Unlimited mode later, which is where the enemy AI gets practically brutal. But, for the time being, I just want to show you something. And that's how useless friendly AI can be from time to time. Press down on the D-pad and you actually get to call out your friends. Now, your friends won't actually do much, to tell you the truth. They'll usually just stand around and take a few hits and... just be kind of annoying and in the way, and they don't actually get health or Musou back while they're in this state. So they feel like they're actually kind of useless. Hope Zhang Hei's alright down there. I should probably go and back him up now I think about it. But as I was saying, the enemy AI, the friendly AI in this game can be just really silly. It's just, there's no point in keeping them out. And it's even worse in Unlimited mode, but I'll get to that. Or Gauntlet mode, I should say. I keep thinking of the Japanese name for the mode. Swap characters, get another attack in. I'm chaining the wrong guy. There we go. Alright then, now we can get Zhang Hei along to help us. I hope I'm not too slow about this. Let's go. It's just kind of disappointing the enemy AI is so dumb, because being able to run around with your 3 blokes just beating the crap out of absolutely everybody just that's in your path would be absolutely great, but unfortunately with the enemy AI being as dumb as it is sometimes, it's just hard to say it's worth keeping them out for longer than a few seconds just to keep the pressure off you for a little bit. Thankfully they won't make you automatically fail. Like if you faint as one character, if the character you're controlling goes down, that's it. Stage over. But if they go down when they're not being controlled by you, they'll go back in as a inactive guy and you'll be fine. I love this move. But still, most of the time in Dynasty Warriors, you're doing 90% of the work yourself, so it's like, that's not really that big of an issue, although some people who are like, some people who plan to get this game purely to play the Gauntlet mode might be a little bit dissatisfied with this. I can understand why. Really don't have that much to talk about, to tell you the truth. Alright, so question is, where do I go at this point exactly? Probably up here, actually, now I think about it. Or I could turn around and fight these guys. These stages tend to go on for a fair bit. Swap character. Oh, hold on. That was dumb. Hold on, defeat conditions have changed. What do I have to do now? Nene is defeated? Really? Where's Nene? She's with me. Whoopsie daisy doodle. Thankfully you can do wake up Musou, so... Might as well talk about the graphics. Those of you who have played Dynasty Warriors 8 might notice that the performance is better than the game, in that game, which is kind of funny because this game actually came out first in Japan. The performance in this game is definitely alright. It does drop from time to time, especially during Musou's, but I mean, compared to launch Dynasty Warriors 8, it is a ton better. And it doesn't look that bad either. I mean, obviously it's not going to set the world on fire, but the environments are fairly detailed, and the character models look nice, and there's a lot of flashy effects, and it feels good just plowing your way through a ton of characters. I don't even know how this works. Like, how can I be defeated? I can't be defeated if I keep everybody in here and just, you know, yeah, I don't even know. Alright, so yeah, we let Jang Wei escape, so now it's just work our way to the top of the tower, I guess. But it is a fairly entertaining idea of a story. I mean, Warriors Orochi 1 and 2, it is pretty simple, like, battles amongst themselves and, you know, trying to take out the Demon King while the whole world is falling apart around them. But Warriors Orochi 3, pulling that story up to a level of actually doing something intelligent, like going back in time and creating things like Redux battles and, you know, making character relationships important, doing progress the story, is a really clever idea, and I actually like it a lot. It's very, very enjoyable. I enjoy just watching the characters trying to save all their friends and what feel like genuine reactions from characters to losing people. And this coming from a Warriors Orochi game, which is a Dynasty Warriors game, which is actually not even influenced by any sort of real period of history. That's kind of amazing that it feels at least slightly legitimate. I like Liu Shan. Oh, not good. Just Musou out of that and take him out. No, you don't. Any more Demon Army reinforcements? Really? So it says the game morale, but it's just weird seeing that bar going from the top right, because they added that purely for American players. Do I even remember seeing it in the Japanese version of this game? I don't know. Maybe there'll be a launch day patch which might make the AI a bit smarter. Maybe I'm just playing on like version 1.0 or something. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm hoping to see the AI get a little bit smarter in a patch at the very least. Let's go. Hello, Hua Xiong. Some people might not find satisfaction from a relatively simple battle system that has a pretty big reliance on how the systems work underneath it. But then again, a lot of people play dungeon crawlers, so I don't see how this is that much different. Oh, not good. You can block, but I'm refusing to because I'm an idiot. So if I can just, you know, stand up for a second, I can show it off. So yeah, L is block. I'll just wait for him, and there we go. And swap to another character, and just beat the shit out of him. And swap to another character, and... It is definitely possible to actually exploit the system to high hell. I've seen a couple of videos of Warriors Orochi 3 on PS3 just be absolutely exploited to get 9999 combos in less than like a minute. It's insane how this weapon system goes really deep with all the different abilities you can attach to a weapon, and the fact that you can carry along 3 characters with you at once with all these different weapons. It's a very, very fun system, a very enjoyable system. Now, Zhonghui, I have a feeling this is going to be difficult, so let's just stun the bastard right out. Swap to... Actually, I'll show off the true triple attack. So when that meter in the bottom left fills up, you can press the left and right things to do a true triple attack. And... I was playing one of the story modes recently, and one of the lines that came out of the characters was, "What are you going to do to me?" or something like that, and I said, "I'm going to shove a laser up your ass." But anyway, it's annoying how often characters actually get away in this series. It's so annoying. But anyway, end stage. Zhang Hei is just a great character. Alright, so yeah, we've successfully changed the past. We've gotten growth points and we've gotten bonuses for our difficulty. That's a... I'm not 100% sure how that works, but yeah, we get weapons that we picked up and... We get new weapons and items, I should say, and... Nice. And we completed Zhang Hei's goal, so we get more of a relationship with him. Now that I think about it, there is actually another benefit to getting high relationships. If you have a team that's a high relationship with you, they'll often help you out in battle. Like, they'll help you, like, with follow-up attacks, and they'll help you attack more people and all that. It's a good idea if you're planning to use a specific set of characters, like especially for Gauntlet mode, to get them up as high relationship as possible. I'll just go to the stage screen. So as you can see here, we've unlocked the Battle of Zucheng Redux, and we can go back and save another character. So we're just constantly adding characters to our arsenal for the final attack against the Hydra. And there's a lot more chapters that have barely been touched on yet, and there's a couple of new chapters too related to the backstory of Warriors Orochi. But yeah, that's a basic overlook at the story mode, and it's a really clever way to actually handle a story mode in a Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Warriors Orochi game. Pretty cool. And of course, you can always... Zushu? Oh look! We got Zushu, even though that looks nothing like his actual design, but... You know. We actually got another stage from it. So yeah, it's probably a good idea to go and talk to everybody who's in this place. So... We'll quit to the main menu now. Save my game, so we don't have a problem with that. There are more modes to talk about. Free mode is pretty much exactly what you'd expect it to be. It's basically... You can go and play whatever stage you like. Pretty much all there is to it, really. You can even come and change your team here and go to the Blacksmith from here in free mode. I don't know why you'd do that. Maybe if you were looking for something like ultimate weapons or something like that. I'm not 100% sure how that system works in Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. But it's also got Musou Battlefields. We won't spend much time here because I don't have much unlocked for this mode, because you actually unlock stuff for this mode through the story mode. The idea is that you actually take one of the free mode stages and you change like the lines of the officers. But you can also create a message. And you can change what officers are in the actual battle, and you can change the music, and you can add different elements to the battle. And it's basically just a level editor that isn't that much like a level editor. You just change a few things about a stage, and then you get to play it. And you can also upload and download Battlefields. Let's see if there's actually any on the internet right now. I imagine there's not, because this is a pre-release copy. But yeah, thank you for that. We'll just download... Oh, look at that. We actually have 2 Battlefields here. So we can actually download this and have a go on it, but I don't think we will. But yeah, I actually know Magmar126. He's one of the people who writes at the Vita Lounge. But... No, that's an alright system. I just wish it was a little bit more in-depth. Like, I really wish we could just take like an empty battlefield and make our own levels out of it, but... You know... It's not that big of a deal. So we'll go have a look at Duel mode next. Now, Duel mode is something from Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper that came out on the Wii U originally, which is kind of strange to say that. So the idea is that we'll just go into survival. So the idea is that you pick 3 characters of any team that you would like, or you could even go like a random team and see if you come up with anything half decent. Team Speed and Wonder. I'd prefer... well, Zinkai now, we just need someone who's a good technique. We need someone who's good technique. So you pick 3 characters, and once I've picked... That'll do. So you pick 3 characters, and now you go to next. And then you pick a deck of 4 cards that you use throughout these battles. Now, these cards do different things. Like, if you can't read that there, the one that's currently highlighted in blue, I attack the opponent and can be used multiple times until it's triggered. And then the one on the right, which is Sao Sao, reduce your officer's life, prevents officer switch outs, reduces the officer's speed but increases the defense, and reduces the opponent's defense and more effective if the opponent has a steady same ailment. And if you, when you play through the story mode, you actually unlock more cards. The more people you unlock, the more cards you get, and obviously there are rare cards. Yeah, you get all sorts of different rare cards depending on how you play the game. Like, so as you can see, I got Hanzo Hattori there and Dang Ai's gold cards. I'm not 100% sure how I got those. I know I got gold cards from what was it, Mangde or something like that, because I have them at like level 40 and you get a rare card. But yeah, the idea is that you build up your collection of cards and then pick a good selection of cards, and you can even take this mode online. Every single one of these modes is playable online with friends. So, you know, you can even take this online and fight other people and test your warrior skills against them, which is actually a pretty cool idea, but obviously there's going to be no one online because this is a pre-release copy. So, we're just going to play this here. So, it works the same way as the normal game. You've got 3 teams of warriors here. You've got 3 different warriors here on 2 different teams. And the idea is that you want to just make their health bars expire as fast as humanly possible. Whoopsie daisy. And you can use all the different attacks that all these officers have, including their swap out attacks. And the idea is that, at least in the survival mode, you want to be progressing as fast as you possibly can. And you get points the longer the fight goes on for. And you use the points that are shown in the bottom left there, and you use the points to activate your cards. So like if I press down right now, I just used 3 points, but I managed to get a bunch of them back straight away because I hit the guy a lot. There we go. So the idea of the survival mode should be obvious to pretty much everybody. You play as much as you can. You try and survive as long as possible, and you actually get a fair amount of growth points for pulling this off too. Like 30 wins or 25 wins will get you 50,000 growth points, which is a fair amount considering that I only got like 15k for beating that stage in story mode on easy. So whoa, hello. Your Musou and most of your character's health carries over between stages, and also the game does have the sort of regenerating health property when your characters are away. It just happens a lot slower. Whoopsie daisy doodle. You son of a bitch. So having a good combination of power, speed, technique, and wonder is actually a really good idea during this mode. Because you can swap out to what character is the most relevant, and being able to survive up to 50 wins is actually a silver trophy. I thought I was going to get there the very first time, but the AI actually gets really difficult in a few matches, so you'll be able to see that. And I'll show off Gauntlet mode to end off the video. I hate you, Darji. So you can eat my shield. Ow. Back away. Let them get the first hit in. And hit him with that. There we go. Duel mode is actually really fun. I'd like to play this online with people sometime. Just for the fun of it. It would be a lot of fun to fight people 3-on-3 like this. And you can even pull out, like... You can even pull out special attacks and stuff while you're... And card attacks while you're stunned, which is a... You know, it's a great little equalizer at the very least. And every card is... I'm not going to say every card is different, but there are a lot of different cards. So you can definitely play around with your characters and your strategy. And I originally didn't like this mode very much when I played it on the Japanese version of Warriors Orochi 3 Ultra, but I actually really like it now. It's really fun. Of course, you actually need to know what your cards bloody do. I picked a random set of cards, and I actually haven't had that much experience with this mode, so I can't really tell you what all the cards do, but still. Really, really fun, actually. I mean, it just goes to show, like, the sort of dynamic elements that you can add to a Dynasty Warriors game just by adding, like, an extra element or two into the combat. And adding these different cards and the switching really... just really creates a fun and entertaining system. Like, I just comboed that guy, and it felt really satisfying to do it. Although I do kind of have to point out that this game doesn't so much require a knowledge of the Warriors games, but this isn't the Warriors game that I would recommend to someone right out. This is the Warriors game I'd recommend if you liked Warriors, Dynasty Warriors 8 and Samurai Warriors 4. Whoopsie daisy doodle. Stop that. Thank you. And I'll be able to show off Gauntlet mode. Oh god, he stunned me. And I really do like the way this game shows off the combat system. It's a... Suck it. Suck it. I mean, I don't know why I like this mode so much. It's just, it's fun. Fun as hell. And you actually get a lot of growth points for participating in it, which is great. So, and thankfully, this doesn't seem to be affected by, like, what level your characters are. It's just along the lines of everybody's at, like, level 1 or something like that. But, again, on survival mode, it does get harder. But I imagine... I like to think that Omega Force would be so dumb as to make it so that, like, during the multiplayer... Oh, God. Oh, asshole. Wow, what was that? Okay, so I kind of lost my friends in the background there. That's not good. And Zinkai versus Zinkai. That's going to be pleasant, isn't it? Probably should have saved that Musou for when the next character came out. This definitely doesn't get any easier, and considering I've lost 2 characters, I imagine they're not going to give them back to me now. I usually don't win a fight if I lose 2 characters. Oh, that's not good. How can you tell when I'm taking something serious if I'm actually blocking? You know what? Screw it. Musou. That was fun. Suck it. Come here. So we swap stages at the 30 wins mark. No big deal. Does let you check your cards. I wish you could like swap your cards out during this point, but I mean, minor complaint. Minor complaint. You can even change our music. I like this stage because you can knock people off the bridge, and that's hilarious. Thankfully, I get my characters back by the looks of things, but this likely won't last long because I'm going up against Zahu Dun and got a stun in and just knock him in the air. Whoa, hello. Not good. I think I'll swap the... Bloody hell. I'm trying to swap, but I... Yeah, great, I'm kind of locked out of swapping for the time being, so that's not going to be pleasant. Let's see if I can knock him off the edge. No, not yet. Oh, crap. Oh, so close. Oh, not good, not good. Not good. Oh, oh wow, I didn't know she could do that. Not good. Suck it. Ooh, tense fight. We get some health back, but not all of it, which is going to be kind of annoying. Hello, God, I don't even recognize this guy. Oh. Nice try. Come here. Ah, yes! Actually made him jump off his own edge. You take a lot of damage if it goes. See me down damage it. Oh god, no. Oh, not good, not good, not good. Thank god. I'm actually having fun with this, I'm sorry. Not good. And, yep, she's down. Might be able to get through this one last fight, but I don't see it happening that much. Alright, so 2 characters down, 1 character's literally at less than 10% of their health. Thankfully, she gets a lot of health back, but that might not do me so well. This music is grand. Oh! That was fun. Oh god. Okay, ranged character. Come at me, bro. Can't see what's going on. Aww. Yes! Don't wanna say like, yeah, you. Bye-bye. Worth it. I'm actually getting good at this. Oh god. Oh man. Hang Tong that guy is? Oh jeez. Oh, that's not pleasant. Yeah, that's it. We're done. But oh well, that was good fun while it lasted. Still got one more mode to go actually, and we're just about to hit the hour mark. So I've got a new card for that. Tai Chi, Typhoon Rods. Attacks the opponent and pulls us closer together if it actually hits. Okay, that's great. So we unlocked a new we unlocked a new card and we get 84,000 growth points. That's a lot of growth points. So yeah, that's 42 wins. Alright, I like. So we're just gonna exit here. I can't help but wonder who I can't help but wonder who the high scorer is for survival. I mean, no real way to check, is there? Okay. Well, it's probably somewhere. I've just missed it. So let's go into Gauntlet mode. Now, Gauntlet mode is going to be the mode I'm going to be able to show you the least of because there's not really much I can do in it right now, and there's a reason for that. But we'll get to that when the game actually gets around to loading. So, we have the Blacksmith, as usual. Does the same stuff, nothing too major. We have the Mystic. The Mystic is new. The Mystic has requests, and the requests you do these requests during the Unlimited mode state. The Gauntlet mode state has got to keep calling it Unlimited mode. I think Unlimited mode's actually a lot better of a name than Gauntlet mode, jeez. But you get these requests, and you do them, and when you do them, you get rewards for them. So as you see, you get Winter Slain Agility Orbs, you get a Reach Orb Agility Orb, you get Dragon Scale Armor, blah 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 blah. It's pretty simple, it's a quest system. I hope you get more later on, because those quests will probably fall over nice and quick, but oh well. So we will actually check out my current team, because this team is actually a... Yeah, look at this team, level 50 at the helm and level 30s all around. So yeah, you pick a team of 5 officers to start off with. You also have different formations. The different formations have different benefits. Like, for example, if we press triangle here, we can see some benefits of this formation, and these formations can actually level up and gain more benefits. So as you can see here, we get 110 life and 385 defense and 22 speed for some reason, but you also get different bonuses, like your attack goes up, the damage inflicted against combat resistant soldiers, and every character also has a specific ability that can be used during every one of these formations, and we'll be able to show that later, but for the time being, we'll just leave that. No, didn't mean to do that. So, you're actually stuck with your 5-person team when you go in to this mode. I'll just level these guys up, because this might actually be easier if they're all at a decently high level. So you have your 5-person team, and whenever you go into a level, you actually unlock more people to go with, because this is a completely different mode from the story mode. So you don't get all the characters. You can only pick a team of 5 from the people you've already unlocked at that point, and then you go and find more people, which will actually help you out in the long run. But anyway, let's move to the stage selection screen. This is a fair bit different in comparison to what it's normally like. So the idea is that we clear these stages, and then we can move on to new stages. And the idea is that we just got to keep going and going and going until we find ourselves until we find ourselves an exit down to the next level. And it's basically a dungeon crawler of sorts. So let's advance to a new stage, shall we? We're probably going to get screwed. So the way this game mode works, our formations are right. We should probably put some better items on these guys, eh? Yeah, Phoenix Wing and Chimera Shell. That's probably a better idea than what I've got equipped in them right now. Alright, that'll do. So the way this game works is that it's based off the same maps that you get in the main game, but with a couple of twists. So we have a 5-character party here. Now what we're doing is we're looking for these dragon circles, or dragon portals, I'm sorry. Now these dragon portals have different effects on them. So one might have, one might spawn some enemies, one might not. One might reveal some hidden treasure chests, one might teleport me to the other side of the map. Those are the real dick ones. Some might give us scrolls of enlightenment, which for every single enemy we defeat, we get a smaller scroll out of it. But you know what, screw that, because I want to go show off a treasure chest. There's a treasure chest over here. We hit that, we get materials. And we also get other little effects. Like for example, I just got more miasma. Now let's explain miasma. Miasma is a resource, well not really a resource, it's a counter in the bottom right corner there. And the more miasma there is on any particular part of the field at any one time, the more difficult the enemies will be. So basically I think it's about relevant to the level of your character. So like, my guys are at like level 50 right now, so they can steamroll everybody that's here, no problem. But when you have what's the one I'm looking for? When you have a miasma level of like 50 or something, your guys are going to get steamrolled real fast. So the idea is that I imagine that this is more of the mode that is meant for higher level characters and higher level play, instead of, you know, coming in from the very beginning and steamrolling it like you would a easy mode story mode. But you know, ooh, dragon portal up here. Miasma isn't actually constant, so if you drain an area of miasma when you're being bared down on by 50 miasma enemies, it can be a real lifesaver. But due to the way the miasma works, it actually gets really difficult really fast. Especially with your AI, because the AI isn't really that intelligent. They tend to fall over really, really quickly, and it just annoys the shit out of me. It's kind of disappointing the AI in this mode is actually so crap, because it would be nice to have decent AI following you around and actually doing stuff. You can actually have, like, multiplayer people following you around and, you know, helping you out, but, I mean, it's not really that good of a compromise for someone who likes playing single-player games, is it? So the idea is that we just wander around this map, and one of these dragon portals will eventually have a dragon, an exit, and we have to use that exit in order to leave the level. So the idea is that we probably want to get there as quick as possible, considering that we're not really that well equipped, but... Well, yeah, that's basically it. We're not really that well equipped, and we want to find our way out of here as soon as humanly possible. Otherwise, we're just going to get steamrolled. You do get things like growth points for every failed unlimited mode attempt, but I mean, you want to keep the materials and the items that you get from this stuff. And you use the materials you gain in this mode to make like weapons and orbs meant to help you build everything else, but there's not much else to use that on other than the story mode, and I imagine by the time you're done with the story mode, unlimited mode won't be that useful because, well, I guess if you want to finish it all on Chaos and all that, you want to build up all your resources and all that, but still, it's just... Oh, I could have gone up there pretty easily from the other side, but... Oh well, we will continue onwards. There are 2 dragon portals up there. We probably want to go and check those out. Portals we've already activated on the map are bigger than the ones we haven't activated, which is quite useful. I don't know the maps that well yet, so we're just going to be running around a little bit. Now, there are different formations, as I said before, but for some reason, I don't know why this formation doesn't, like, stack everybody up in front of me. Everybody just runs off and does their own thing, and I don't know why they do this. They don't do anything like go and get chests or pick up items or anything like that. Yet, as you can see there, Miasma level just went up to 37. This is problematic. I'm probably going to die really fast in this. Hopefully I can get everybody back here, but probably won't do much good. Dragon portals actually, yeah, as you can see, you get destroyed really fast. If you aren't very careful. So it's kind of annoying when that happens because it's just like level 37 enemies just absolutely wipe the floor with you at lower levels. So I imagine that if you want to actually finish unlimited mode, you have to be a really high set of character levels. I actually already got this portal, so we can just move on to the next sets. And this actually, I imagine this would get really, really boring really quickly. I haven't been able to play it that much, but I can just imagine that this can get a bit dull and uninteresting after a fairly small amount of time. It's a shame, really. Out of the few levels that I've played, they don't really seem to change much in between them. It looks like everything just remains relatively the same. You can do some really fun Musou attacks if everybody's all together, but unfortunately the Musou doesn't come back all that fast. There's a treasure chest in here. We should probably go get that, at least while we're here. It's over here. Great, more miasma. Wonderful. As I was saying before, using these dragon circles actually reduces the amount of miasma, but it does it really, really slowly. So as you can see, I only went down like 2 levels there. So it's kind of frustrating when you've got a bunch of bastards bearing down on you from across the map, and you know that your only chance is going to be, oh, I've got to do something quick about this. I've got to activate as many circles as possible to keep the miasma down, but turns out miasma goes up really, really fast. So as you can see, surrounding enemies being strengthened. That's just dick game. That's just dick. There's a lot of treasure chests here, but fantastic. I love treasure chests that absolutely screw me over. Absolutely love it. So let's just hope this is our exit portal. Definitely not. We're gonna keep running because not much else I can do. I'm not strong enough to take these guys on in head-to-head fight when the miasma level is 25 or 30 or whatever the bloody hell it is. I wish the miasma didn't go up anywhere near as quickly. I mean, like, even if they lengthened unlimited mode, the fact that you can get into really difficult situations this fast, even on, like, the very first level of unlimited mode, it just kind of feels cheap. Because you can fall over so unbelievably fast. It's just it's a massive pain sometimes. It really is. Again, this is probably meant for the higher level people, the people that are transferring from Warriors Orochi 3, just the normal version. But, again, it'd be nicer if it unlocked, like, when a character reached level 50 or something, so it's like, you don't want to go near this until such a point where you actually have the ability to attack it, but, yeah. Because as you can see, I've got a level 33 character going down in one hit on Miasma level 30, and Miasma level 30 comes very, very fast, and you don't have that much time to actually walk around and look for all the shit, so... It's annoying that there's a couple of dragon portals up there, because I have to find my way up, and... yeah. I'm not that engaged in unlimited mode. Gauntlet mode, to tell you the truth. I can't even remember its bloody name. I'm that unengaged in it. It's just, I wish it was easier just to start off with, because look at that, I'm dead. Thankfully... oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, as you can see, all my party's just gone and died. So I'm down to the one chick that actually died earlier and managed to revive herself. And the AI in this mode for the enemies is actually really intelligent. They'll actually do stuff like pull out Musou attacks if they see you going into a Musou attack or stuff like that. Yeah, it's a frustrating mode. I'm hoping it gets better when I eventually get along to getting all those characters up to like level 99, but jeez Louise. Only for the experts, that one. And that's pretty much my entire, like, thoughts of Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate, to tell you the truth. It's only for the people who've played Dynasty Warriors or Warriors Orochi before, or Samurai Warriors before. It's a interesting game with a lot of interesting mechanics and a mode that's really freaking difficult, so I imagine for those people who actually enjoy high-level play, Unlimited mode's probably for you. But yeah, it's an enjoyable game, and it's got a fair amount of content. It's got lots of ways to play around with it and enjoy it. It's just, you know the drill. This is only for people who like this sort of gameplay. If you've never played a Dynasty Warriors game before, go get Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends, because that is a much better introduction to the series than this is. But if you've played those games before and you're looking for a portable version of Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate to have some fun with, well, this will probably do you just fine, really. Not much else I can say about that. So, this has been Blue Maxima. I'll see you all next time.